When people talk about power in America, they almost always picture one man, the president. They picture the White House, the flag behind the podium, the serious voice on television. When something goes wrong, people wait for the president to speak. When something big happens, people ask what the president will do. Over time, this has created a very strong belief. The belief is that the president controls America, that one person decides the future of the country. It feels true because that is what we see every day. But what we see is not always the full story. Here is a simple truth that many people never stop to think about. America was not designed to be run by one person. In fact, the entire system was built to stop that from ever happening. The founders of the United States were afraid of kings. They were afraid of dictators. They were afraid of anyone who could make decisions alone. So instead of giving all power to one leader, they split power into pieces. And those pieces were meant to fight each other. This is where the real question begins. If power is split, then who really has more of it? The president, who moves fast and speaks loudly, or Congress, which moves slowly but writes the rules? To answer this, we need to look past speeches and headlines and start looking at how power actually works in real life. The president looks powerful because the president is visible. He is always in front of cameras. He gives speeches. He signs papers on television. He meets world leaders. He speaks during crises. When there is fear, the president becomes the face of stability. When there is chaos, the president becomes the voice of control. This creates a strong emotional connection between the public and the office. People feel like the president is leading everything. But emotion can be misleading. Power is not about how strong something feels. Power is about what actually changes reality. The president can speak, but speaking does not change the law. The president can promise, but promises do not create policy. The president can order, but orders do not always last. Many people are surprised to learn how limited presidential power really is. An executive order, for example, sounds serious. It sounds final. But many executive orders can be undone by the next president. Others can be blocked by courts, and many of them depend on money that the president does not control. Without funding, an order becomes just words on paper. This is where Congress enters the picture. Congress is not exciting. It does not move fast. It does not speak with one voice. It argues. It delays. It fights with itself. From the outside, it looks broken. Many people say Congress does nothing. But doing nothing can be a form of power. Congress controls the law. Congress controls spending. Congress decides how much money the government has and where it goes. Without Congress, no large policy can survive. No long-term plan can exist. No war can continue. Even the strongest president cannot act without money, and Congress controls the money. This creates a strange imbalance. The president feels powerful in the moment. Congress is powerful over time. The president can react. Congress can decide. The president can lead attention. Congress can shape outcomes. This difference between short-term power and long-term power is one of the most misunderstood parts of American government. People expect fast results. They want immediate change. That makes the president feel more important. But systems are not built for speed. They are built for control. The system of checks and balances was designed to slow things down. It was meant to create friction. The founders believed that slow decisions were safer than fast mistakes. They believed conflict was better than blind agreement. That is why power is divided. But what sounds smart in theory feels frustrating in real life. When Congress and the president disagree, nothing moves. Laws stall. Budgets freeze. Governments shut down. People suffer. And when people suffer, they look for someone to blame. Most of the time, that blame goes to the president. This is not because the president has the most power. It is because the president has the most visibility. People blame what they can see. Congress hides behind complexity. Hundreds of members. Endless committees. confusing procedures. This makes it hard for the public to focus anger on Congress as a whole. Media plays a major role in this. Media loves stories with faces. One president is easier to explain than hundreds of lawmakers. A speech is easier to show than a vote count. Over time, this shapes how people understand power. Power becomes personal instead of structural. But real power in America is structural. It lives in rules, not speeches. It lives in budgets, not interviews. It lives in delays, not announcements. History shows this again and again. Presidents come and go. Congress remains. Laws passed decades ago still shape lives today. Tax rules, spending limits, legal definitions. These things outlast any presidency. That is real power. But Congress has its own weaknesses. It is divided by parties, interests, and ideologies. When Congress cannot agree, power shifts toward the president. In those moments, presidents use executive action to fill the gap. This is why some presidents seem stronger than others. It is not because the Constitution changed. It is because Congress failed to act. This creates cycles of power. When Congress is united, the president feels weak. When Congress is divided, the president feels strong. Power moves not because of personality, but because of cooperation or conflict. This is why asking who has more power can be misleading. Power in America is not fixed. It flows. It changes with time, crisis, and politics. During war or national emergencies, presidents gain more freedom. People want quick decisions. Congress often steps back. During calm periods, Congress reasserts control. It passes laws, holds hearings, and limits executive power. Neither side ever wins completely. Another important part of this story is accountability. Presidents are easy to hold accountable. One person, one office, one election. Congress is harder. Many members, different districts, different terms. Responsibility spreads out. This makes Congress powerful but also protected. When something goes wrong, people ask why the president failed. They rarely ask why Congress blocked or delayed action. This imbalance in blame allows Congress to shape outcomes without facing equal pressure. Over time, this weakens democracy. Not because power exists, but because attention is uneven. When people only watch one part of the system, the rest grows unchecked. The most dangerous myth in American politics is the idea that one person controls everything. This myth leads to disappointment. It leads to anger. It leads to false hope. People believe changing one leader will fix everything. When it does not, trust collapses. The truth is harder. America is controlled by a system, not a person. And systems do not change quickly. They resist pressure. They protect themselves. The president is important, very important, but the president is not a king. He is a part of a larger machine, a loud part, a visible part, but not the whole machine. Congress is less exciting but more lasting. It shapes the direction of the country slowly and quietly. It decides what is possible and what is not. It limits dreams and defines reality. So who really has more power? The honest answer is this. The president has power in the moment. Congress has power over time. One controls attention. The other controls structure. If you remove the president, the system continues. If you remove Congress, the system breaks. That tells us something important. The president is like a storm. Loud, dramatic, and intense. Congress is like the climate. Slow, boring, but deciding everything in the long run. Storms come and go. Climate shapes the future. The real danger is not choosing the wrong leader. The real danger is misunderstanding how power works. When people stop paying attention to Congress, they give up their influence without realizing it. So the next time you hear a powerful speech from the White House, listen carefully. But then ask another question. What is Congress doing right now? What laws are being written? What budgets are being decided? What delays are happening quietly? Because in America, power does not always shout. Power waits, power writes, power controls time. And the most important question is not who has power today. The most important question is this: who are you watching and who are you ignoring? That question decides the future more than any speech ever will.